are in the back portion of our property today, and this is where we had our event this past weekend. We had a few kids who were swimming in the pond, and then we had a big potluck and a bonfire out in sort of our little campfire cove, and it was a really great time. We wanted to give a big shout out and thank you to everyone who was able to make it out, and we really hope that some of you will be able to make it to our next event in August.
Which will be a dinner that we're going to cook. Marnie and I are going to cook with maybe a helper or two, but pretty much just from vegetables from the farm.
Yeah, and so it should be really great. And this week in your box, you will find some crystal white wax spring onions, some beautiful Swiss chard, which is we're really excited about this week. Some Gonzalez cabbage. It's sort of a tender, crispy cabbage, and it's great for fresh eating, like making slaws, but it also holds up well to cooking. We'll have some rainbow beets this week as well, and these are a mixture of a few different types of heirloom beets, and so as you can tell they're sort of an unusual shape, and they're a little more oblong and tapered than your classic beet, but they're delicious, and they kind of go with the rainbow theme of this box.
And my favorite way of cooking those beets lately has been just to put them in some water with some butter and just cook them until they're soft. But then I just add some honey kind of in the middle, and it just makes them a little bit sweeter. So it's super easy, but really tasty.
Yeah, they're really great. And then we have some multicolored carrots as well. These ones are called Purple Haze, and they have an orange kind of stripe in the middle, which is pretty unique. And we will have two types of summer squash. These are your Middle Eastern squash, and these are a patty pan squash. The Middle Eastern are known for being really mild, sweet, and kind of juicy, and these ones have a bit more of a firmer texture. People describe them often as buttery, and they have a really smooth skin. Both are really great for stuffing, for grilling. You can really do anything with them.
Martin, have you done the recipe for the fritters yet? If you haven't tried the fritter recipe with the squash, look that one back up. Oh, we had a runaway squash.
Runaway squash.
It's trying to get away.
That'll be our squash. We have another head of cauliflower. This will probably be the last week until the fall with cauliflower. We have some fresh arugula, which we're really excited about. Something unique in your box this week will also be a radicchio, and this is sort of an Italian chicory vegetable, and this is something that we debated whether or not to give to the CSA members. It's a bitter green, and it's not a very common vegetable, but we thought it was an exciting opportunity for you all to try something that maybe you've never had before, and it's one of those vegetables that has a particular flavor. The bitterness is often what strikes people, and so a couple things you can do to... Oh, that's a frog. Do you all hear that? So loud. Anyway, so you can roast it or bake it, you can saute it, you can grill it. Those are all ways to sort of temper the bitterness of it. And if you'd like to eat it fresh, another thing you can do is just take it and soak it in a bowl of cold water, and that'll sort of mellow out the bitterness and allow you to taste the really delicious flavor. And I've also heard somebody say once that whatever is bitter in your mouth is sweet in your belly, so it's really good for your digestive tract.
What you're not going to want to do is just take that and chop it up and throw it straight into a salad without doing anything, because that's not the best way to eat it. So look up radicchio or take a look at Marnie's recipes that she put in. And it's like a very sought-after vegetable.
It's pretty fancy pants.
So.
Yep. And lastly, and most importantly, I think to us, this is our favorite cucumber. These are called suyo long. They're a Chinese heirloom cucumber, and they just have a a really amazing flavor. They're thin-skinned, they're crisp, they're burpless, and they're just super delicious. I put a recipe in your newsletter that is for sort of like a Chinese pickle, and give that a try. It's really great. And if you don't have time to pickle, you can just eat them fresh. They're so delicious.
Use them as a dip, or dip some hummus with them. It's so good.
Yeah, they're super good. So anyway, we think that this week's box is really amazing, and we hope that you do too. Or bag. Haha, it's not a box. Anyway, so we'll be in touch.